Because the Bible clearly and repeatedly speaks out against the misuse or abuse of sex, labeling it adultery or fornication, many people, either innocently or as a means of trying to justify their immorality, have misinterpreted the teaching and concluded that God condemns all sex. However, the contrary is true. The Bible always speaks approvingly of this relationship, as long as it is confined to married partners. The only prohibition on sex in the Scripture relates to extramarital or premarital activity. Without question, the Bible is abundantly clear on that subject, condemning all such conduct. God is the creator of sex. He set our human drives in motion, not to torture men and women, but to bring them enjoyment and fulfillment. Keep in mind how it all came about. Adam was unfulfilled in the Garden of Eden. Although he lived in the world's most beautiful garden, surrounded by tame animals of every sort, he had no companionship with his own kind. God then took some flesh from Adam and performed another creative miracle, woman, similar to man in every respect except her physical reproductive system. Instead of being opposites, they were complementary to each other. What kind of God would go out of his way to equip his special creatures for an activity, give them the necessary drives to consummate it, and then forbid its use? Certainly not the loving God presented so clearly in the Bible. Romans chapter 8, verse 32 assures us, "He who did not spare his own son, but gave him up for us all, how will he not also, along with him, graciously give us all things?" When we look at it objectively, we realize that sex was given at least in part for marital enjoyment. For further proof that God approves lovemaking between married partners, consider the beautiful story that explains its origin. Of all God's creations, only the human being was made in the image of God. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. This in itself makes humans the unique living creatures on the earth. The next verse further states, God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number." Verse 28. Then he delivered his personal comment regarding all his creation. God saw all that he had made, and it was very good.